All right. Thanks, guys, for joining us for today's session. If you're just joining, you haven't missed anything. Okay. I was just saying I need to update this code base in the in the Google Drive. In the Google Drive, I added this new command for this new tool that we're gonna be running today. So I'm just gonna Control C all this. Actually, Control S it and then upload it to. So guys, please give me 2 minutes. Let me just let me upload it to the Google Drive. Okay, so you guys have the updated code. I'm gonna delete the old one. Okay, I'm going to delete the old one, and now I'm going to upload file upload. I'm gonna upload the new one. Okay, open. All right, I need someone to help me out here. It says it has uploaded. I want you guys to open and tap the number 7 if you can see what I'm highlighting right now in the chat. If you open the updated one, tap the number 7 if you see this PM2 columns in yours as well. Let me see. I mean, I see it on my end. I just want to confirm we're all on the same page. Give me the number 7. Number 7. Do you guys now see this in your Google Drive? Are you able to get the updated code in your Google Drive? Okay, very good. All right, let's move on, guys. Now we have 19 people. So for those just joining, again, we're gonna continue from where we left off last time. Okay, we're gonna pretty much do the same thing again, but today we're gonna add something to keep the server running. If you, I mentioned earlier, for those that were here earlier, that last class, I know you guys may not have noticed, but if you exited out of your terminal, right? If you exit the terminal, you will not be able to see your app in the browser anymore. So once you exit a terminal, it'll be gone, right? And you don't want that. We don't want that. If we have our server running, we want the app to continue to run. Okay? So what we're gonna do today is use a tool that would allow us to manage those running Node applications. Okay, I guess Node and React, because we're also using React for the front end in this case. So so this tool would allow us that when we it'll enable how, how do I put this? It allows the server to keep running the app. Okay, when we exit our terminal, when we exit Session Manager, it won't stop the app from running, right? So that this I guess they call it Package Manager, right? It allows the server to keep running the app, okay, without exiting the app when we exit the terminal. Okay, all right. So there's a lot to do. Again, guys, take this again as the more repetition you get, the better you get at this thing. So we're gonna repeat everything we did last class, but we're gonna add more to it, and that's why I'm gonna move a little faster today. Okay, I'm gonna move a little faster today, guys. Remember, you would always have the recording, and you guys know I love to carry everyone along. Okay, so please forgive me if I'm a little faster today. This is because many of these things we've done last class. Okay, and I hope it'll be easier for you guys to just quickly follow along with what I'm doing. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's start with our database. Let's start with our database. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go to RDS. I'm gonna go to RDS. I'm gonna go to RDS. I'm gonna click on databases on the left here. Click on databases on the left. Okay, I'm gonna click on create database. Create database. And then let me expand my chat so I can see you all. And then I'm gonna click on easy create. No, standard create, sorry. What am I saying? Standard create MySQL. Okay, moving on. I'm not changing anything. I'm just gonna do here, click free tier. We want the free tier. Okay, free tier. All right, let's call this NodeDB. I can just say Node MySQL DB. Okay, node MySQL DB, credentials, username, admin, password. Put a password that you can remember. Let me tap that again just to make sure. Okay. What else here? Leave this as T2 micro is the free tier that we're allowed to use. Enable storage auto scaling, remove that. We don't want that. Public access, yes. Public access, yes. Okay. Again, enable storage auto scaling at the top here. I unchecked it, just making sure you guys are aware of that. Even if you leave it checked, it doesn't matter. But yeah. And then what else did we do? We just clicked on public access, yes. Okay, public access, yes. Because again, we're going to use MySQL Workbench to access the database. All right, public, yes, but then we're going to secure it with our security group. Okay, so remove this default. Hope you guys are watching what I'm doing. Remove this default. Okay, for the security group for this database, remember this database is only going to allow connections from our web server security group. All right. All right, so now we're going to choose DB security group from last class. Again, yours might be DBSG. Okay, mine is just saying DB security group because I had to do some work at some point and I changed it. But yours should say something like DBSG. So click outside to confirm that you have chosen that security group. And as you guys can see, I have it right there. All right, availability zone, as we've been using, let's use 1A. Keep everything close together. 1A, our servers in 1A, our database also, let's do that in 1A. Okay, so 1A for that. Don't change the port. If you click on additional configuration, don't change the port. Password authentication, yes. Additional configuration here now. Now expand this. Okay. The database name again is cloud. The initial database is cloud 337. Okay. Initial database, as our developers have configured in the application they wrote, is cloud 337. So we want a cloud 337 here. Actually, this initial database name, now that I'm thinking about it, don't worry, we'll talk about it later. Just put cloud 337 here. It might not be in the code. Actually, we might actually be doing that in our code ourselves. Let me see. Show the databases. Okay, yeah, it is in the code. Okay, so just leave this here, cloud 337. Is someone asking, please, can I get the link to the Google Drive? Can someone paste the link to the Google Drive for Mayor, please? Thank you. I know I have great volunteers in this group. All right, moving on. Where are we? 7 days. Okay, leave backup retention at 7 days. Kufrola, thanks for sharing that. 7 days, backup window, no preference, copy tags to snapshot, you can leave that. Check all of these error logs. Okay, check all of that error logs. Enable auto minor version, yes, that's fine. No preference for maintenance window, we're fine. You can do the maintenance anytime. And then go ahead and click on create database. Okay, go ahead and click on create database. Okay, now guys, let's duplicate this tab and go to, I'm opening a new tab. Okay, I want to go to services S3. I want to go to services S3. Okay, now I'm going to go to S3. So I'm going to click on S3 here. Okay, I am going to click on S3. Okay, I'm going to click on S3. I want to let's empty this bucket. Now in the chat, I know you guys know this answer. Who can tell me why we need to empty this bucket? Quickly in the chat. Wait, you can unmute and talk if that's faster for you. Who can tell me why we need to empty this bucket we used last class? I want us to empty it. Of course, put something new. Exactly, new file. You guys got it. Love that. Change endpoint. We're adding new files, right? I remember in this code, it has our old database. So we want to change that to the new one we just created today. All right. So let's go ahead and delete for now. Of course, we're still waiting for the database to be created, but let's go ahead and empty. So once you check the S3 bucket, go ahead and click on empty. Go ahead and click on empty. It says to type permanently delete. Usually I just copy it from here and I put it in there like that. And then I click on empty. All right. Emptying. emptied. Okay, exit. Now I'm gonna click on exit on the top left there. What else do we need to do? Let's go and launch our instance now. That's important. So I'm gonna duplicate this tab again. So I'm having a total of 3 tabs. Duplicate. I'm gonna go to services. I'm gonna find EC2. I'm gonna click on EC2. Let's go ahead and click on instances running, and then click on launch instances on the top right. Launch instances on the top right. I'm gonna refresh. Okay, Amazon Linux 2. Go ahead and select that. All right, T2 micro. Configure instance details. Okay. VPC default, yes. 1A. Make sure you're in Northern Virginia, guys. Capacity reservation. What else do we change here? IAM role, S3 and SSM. IAM role, S3 and SSM. Let me open my VS Code out as well. I just want to do that just to make sure. Let me open my VS Code. Make sure your Mysql Workbench and VS Code are open as well. Just remember that, so I can easily make changes when I need to. All right. All right, guys. What am I looking for? Okay, S3 and SSM. Okay, S3 and SSM. What else? What else? Shutdown behavior. We want terminate. Okay. What else? What else? We're not putting a script. Add storage. 8 gig is fine. Next, add tags. Let's give it a name. Name node MySQL server. How about that? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and click on next, configure security group. Okay. Select an existing, and let's give it our web server. Okay, let's give it our web server. Review and launch. Okay, review and launch. Go ahead and click on launch. Okay, go ahead and click on launch. Let's go ahead and launch this. I think that's, yeah, let's go ahead and launch. Use my key that I have, launch instances. All right, launching. It is launching. All right, click on that to take us to the EC2 page. Okay, now let's go ahead and make sure that our code. Guys, I don't think I need to upload this code again to the. You guys should have it on your desktop, right? So just go ahead and edit that and change that endpoint. Okay. Remember, there are 2 places we need to change. One, the IP for the instance in the code, and the other is the database. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. So I'm going to go to the folder where you downloaded the application source code from last class. Okay. And I'm going there. So you guys should have something like this. Okay, you uploaded something like this to S3 from last class, but remember, this has your old endpoint. Okay, so we want to change that. Right? We want to change that. Okay, let's change the source. Okay, and I think that's in this app JS file right here. Okay, again, you can open with Notepad, but like we did last class, let's open it with VS Code. Okay, so I'm gonna double click now this, and then it should have where I should be changing my my instance URL. Let me bring it back for now. At least this is not showing my database password information for now. So here's what you're opening, guys. This app.js right here. Okay, this one right here. We just opened the VS Code. Let's change this now. Let's change this IP right here. This IP right here. Let's change it to the one for our new instance. Okay. So what is it? Go to my EC2. This is the EC2 we just launched, right? Copy this, copy the public IP, and then change it in VS Code to that. So it's reflecting the new one. Done. All right, Control S to save it. Control S works in VS Code. So I'm gonna move this to the other side now. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do is let's see if our RDS is done. I'm gonna go back to my RDS tab. Go back to my RDS tab. Is my RDS done? Is it done? Is it done? Let me open it. Do I have an endpoint now? Yes or no? Yes, I do. Okay, so now I'm gonna edit this now. Okay, if you left a username and password the same thing, then you don't need to change them. Okay, you just need to change the endpoint. So I'm gonna Control C this, and then let me do this. Let me do this. So you're gonna go to your Node.js folder. Okay. Let me just do this to show you guys, so you guys we don't get too confused. All right, I can bring it now. Okay, so here guys, I can close it now. In your same folder, right, you guys have all of this, right? Click on this. Now remember we edited the EC2 IP from this SRC folder. Now in this Node.js folder, double click. All right, now we want to edit this server. Okay, I'm gonna double click to open with to open it with, what's it called, VS Code. Okay, I wanted to let me see if I can make it show the file. Oh yeah, here it is, so that it's not very confusing. Yeah, so now it's showing my file extensions. Okay, I think this is much better. So server.js. Okay, let's double click that. Let's open that. It's gonna open with our VS Code. Okay, it's gonna open with our VS Code. All right, so again, now guys, this is what you want to change. I know we talked about all of this last class, but again, repetition is good. Repetition is what has helped me so far, you know, to getting where I am today. Of course, all thanks and praise to God. But again, yeah, you have to sometimes in this field, it's okay. Okay, repetition. If you don't understand something, Google it, find an article, and then at some point you get it. Okay, at some point you get it. All right, so here again, I'm copying, as you guys can see, I'm copying this RDS endpoint, I'm pasting it here. Okay, to change this one that we had from before. Control V that. I need to press the back button and bring this back because it added some extra spaces to it. So yeah, so that's that, and I'm gonna put my password. Okay, that's not my password. I'm gonna put my password, move to the other screen and put my password. Okay, so you guys put your password as well, and then also make sure the database is cloud 337, as you can see on at the next line below password. Okay, that should be the same. That's exactly what we use, but put your password. Okay. All right, and your username, don't forget what your username is. I believe my username was admin, right? My username was admin. All right. Unless someone remembers if I use something different from my username when I was creating the database. Guys, did I use something different apart from admin for my username? Please tell me in the chat. Okay, last week was admin MK. Okay, thank you, ADB. Okay, just want to make sure before I get into that error at the end. Okay, I used admin. Okay, I know last class, yes, we used admin MK. Yeah, but make sure your password is unique. Okay, all our passwords should be different. But I mean, if you use the same password as me, well, you didn't see my password. So let's move on, guys. So I'm gonna save that. And close that out. Okay. All right. I think we pretty much got everything done. Let's go and remote into our instance now. No. Let's take that code now and put it into S3. Okay, because one of the things we're gonna do in our commands in the EC2 instance is copy the files from S3 onto the server. Okay, so we need to now, since we've updated all of this code now to reflect our current endpoints, our correct database, and the correct EC2 IP address, then let's upload it now to that bucket that we emptied. And this is the bucket, Node MySQL MK. Okay, I'm gonna click on Node MySQL MK bucket. Okay, and then I'm just gonna open the folder, and remember how easy we do this, right? You can just copy Control A to to highlight everything, and then just drag it. Just drag it in there. For Mac guys, I hope you guys are probably Mac gurus, so please figure out how to do that. Copy all those files and put it in that bucket. All right. So I think it's yeah. Go ahead and click on upload. We're not enabling versioning. Go ahead and click on upload. Okay, it's uploading, guys. Mine is uploading. Okay, it's uploaded. I'm going to click on close now. Okay, I'm gonna click on close. Go back to Amazon S3 at the top there, and then just confirm to make sure. Okay, my bucket has all of that now. All right, let me go back. Node MySQL MK is the bucket. All right, now let's go back to our EC2 tab. Back to the EC2 console. Now let's go ahead and what are we doing now? Remote into it, right? Remote into it. So click on connect. Check the EC2 instance. Click on connect. Okay, and then yes, we're using session manager. Make sure session manager is highlighted, and then go ahead and click on connect. Okay, it's connecting. It is connecting. It is connecting. All right, now let's open our commands folder. So let me split my screen now so it's easier for you guys to follow. So I have my command on the right and I have my terminal on the left. Are you guys ready? We've done a lot so far. Let me just make sure we have a bunch of people on the same page. Okay, give me the number. What number should I choose? Give me number 1 if you're with me. If you're like this, thumbs up. I'm following. Number 1. Okay, we have one person as 2. Adele is following. Awesome. Very good. Come on, guys. All of you on the keyboard. Adebi is also following. Awesome. Very good. Who else is following? Come on, especially if we're not able to follow last time, right? We did everything again. Are you able? Okay. Azizul is also able to follow. Mustafa. Sylvia is also able to follow. Okay. Good, good, good. I think that's enough. Let's move on. Great job. All right. What do we need to do now? The first thing is sudo yum update. Okay, let's do that. Paste sudo yum update, enter. Okay, that's done. Second command is that. Okay, paste, enter. Okay, third command is that. Paste, enter. Okay, that did something very long. Okay, all right, next command is that. Okay, please follow carefully and don't skip any of these commands, guys. It might be easy to do, but yeah, it might be easy to forget and mistakenly skip one. So be careful. I'm on this one right now. Sudo yum clean metadata, and you always want to make sure that the terminal is back, to where it is supposed to be, and not doing something before you try to paste something. All right, I'm gonna paste here. Okay, the next command. Okay, and then the next command is this. Don't worry, I know we're not really using Nginx for now. In the project that you guys, the assignment that I've given you guys today, please remind me to repeat it at the end for those that just joined. Nginx, we're gonna use Nginx to map port 80 to 3000 on the server. Okay, that could be part of the solution for your project, for your assignment that you'll be giving today, which is put your node server behind a what? In the chat real quick. Put it behind a what? What's the project? Come on, guys, type. Who was here? Put it behind a load balancer. Yeah. So you're gonna take this server and maybe create another one of it and then put it behind a load balancer. That's a tough one. Okay. All right. Let's see if you guys can figure it out. Think of this as a challenge, a real life thing that you're supposed to do on your job, right? Think of it as you're on the job. Here's one of the tasks. You guys are uploading this Node.js application. You need to put it behind the load balancer. How are you going to do that? They're paying you $100K as a cloud architect, a cloud engineer. You got to get it done. Okay. And of course, you can always ask colleagues. And so, yes, Google, YouTube, do all of that. You can do all of that on the job. Okay. All of these commands right here. Let me pause a little bit here. All these commands right here, you're not expected to memorize. You are not expected to memorize. You should Google. You should Stack Overflow. You should YouTube on the job, okay, to get your job done, okay? But at least now you can put on your resume that you do have hands-on experience with these things and you can figure things out, okay? So I don't want you to be scared and be like, oh, do I need to know how to write these things without looking at the commands on the job? No, guys, I don't have all of this memorized. I don't think I ever want to memorize all of this, okay? So you have this here. You would find I compiled this just from YouTubing and Googling, and I compiled all of this, and I'm giving you all for free. And you guys can have it and use it on the job and use it, okay, wherever you need to use it for your, testing, for your, testing and all that. All right. So just keep that in mind, okay? Don't be scared that you need to memorize all of this, okay? That's not real life. All right. In real life, we Google everything, okay? The ones you're very familiar with, you use them more often. Then, of course, it'll be there. You remember the command, right? Or like simple Linux commands, moving from one directory to another, creating a directory. In most cases, you won't be Googling that all of the time because you're used to doing that every time, okay? All right, let's just remove that fear. Remove that fear, okay? YouTube and Google and Stack Overflow on the job. It's completely fine.
You already claimed metadata.
I already claimed it. Did I? Okay, all right, cool. Thanks. Is that Aminu? I guess not. That's not Aminu.
No, that's Taufik.
Taufik, okay, thank you, Taufik. All right, thanks. All right, Nginx. All right, next is Nginx. All right, let's go ahead and install Nginx. Okay. Okay, doing its thing. People see this on your. I saw a funny. There's this group I follow on LinkedIn. They had a funny meme yesterday. Like, let's say you are, someone who's not very good with computers, or they see you doing all of this, and then they see all of this code. They think you're a what? Computer hacker. Like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't mean you're a hacker. Like, oh, you're some. Right? It was a funny meme. I don't know. Maybe I'll share it later with you guys, but I found it funny. All right. Nginx-v to make sure that Nginx is actually running. Okay, we do have it there. Okay, now we want to do sudo su. All right, to elevate our privileges to admin user on this machine. Okay, and then I can just type this. Well, okay, I just copy. I think it just continue to copy. Paste cd / okay, cd / you go to the home directory. I can just type ls. All right, ls was the next command, guys. Ls, I just typed it. I didn't want to just copy that. So let's create this directory right now. Okay, paste. We're making a directory called test app. Okay, think of this as the folder that your developers have given you that, hey, we've done all the coding and all that, and here's the folder that contains all of the source code. Make it work, right? Make it, host it so our end users can see it. Okay, make it go live. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and make that directory. Okay, enter. Okay, cd test app. Let's cd to that folder right now. Okay, let's cd to it right now. Enter. Okay, now we're inside of test app. Okay, now we're inside of test app. All right, the next command is node copy this. This command allow us to copy the contents of that bucket into this test app. Okay, let me go ahead and click on, I just pasted it in the terminal. Okay, enter. All right, it looks like it successfully copied everything from the S3 bucket into this test app folder. Okay, and then ls, again, I can just type ls instead of copying ls. Ls, enter. Okay, everything is in there. What else now? All right, things to get this node app to work. Some things we need to install. Okay, that's the next command, sudo curl. Again, we did all of this last week, guys. Sudo curl, copy all of that and paste it in the terminal. Enter. Okay, that has done its thing. The next one is here. Control C. Paste. Enter. Npm install node. Paste. I hope I'm not going too fast, guys. I'm on this next command. Just think of it as I'm going through all of this command and just put it in the terminal. Okay. All right, that's done. That's done. Now this is the next command, node-e. Paste. Node-e. So we want to do this to confirm that NodeJS is installed. and okay, we see the version. It shows yes, you have Node installed and you have that version. And then the next thing I did here is ls. Okay, the next thing I did is ls. Okay, to list. All right, and now I want to cd to my Node.js. Okay, I want to cd to my Node.js. Okay, cd to this folder right here. As you can see in this session manager, you can quickly recognize folders by their color. Okay, if it's a file if it's a file, it'll just be white. If it's a folder, you can see it's blue. Okay, so now let's cd into the folder. You can only cd into folders. You can't cd into files. Okay, you can only execute files. You cannot cd into a file. I hope that makes sense. All right, cd into our Node.js folder. Enter. Okay, and I think the next thing is ls. Okay, ls, just to make sure that we see the contents of the folder before we make any further actions. ls. Okay, it has package.log.json. Okay, that's what it has. All right, and then the next thing we did here was this. Control C that. Okay, npm install. These are some other dependencies. Okay, to get our app functioning the way we want it to. Okay, this is installing Express. I don't know if body parser, no, body parser is, maybe that's a tool as well, I'm not sure. And then cores and MySQL. Is body parser don't worry about it, guys. If you know, I was gonna think, is it a flag that we're passing, or is it, it's not a flag, it doesn't have a dash, usually doesn't have dash, but never mind. Just do this command and hit enter. Just trying to, body parser is, yeah, I think it's a tool as well. Something it depends on. Okay, what's the next thing here? Now, while still in Node.js folder, now make sure to allow, now I can just remove this noun that's right here. While still in the Node.js folder, now make sure to allow the security group of your EC2 instance, allow connection from a custom TCP port. You guys should have that from last class, right? You guys should have this from last class. We can confirm. Let's go back to EC2 here on this terminal. Instances. The instance is checked. Let me go to the securities tab right here of this instance. Minimize. Security group is right here. Web server SG. Is web server SG allowing web server SG all traffic to my computer? That's fine. TCP 0.0. Yeah, okay, I'm doing that. So I am doing that. All right. What else? So that's fine. I just confirmed this on my computer. Please confirm on yours as well. Okay. If you have it as the same as last time, then you should be fine. Okay. I said now do Node.js. Okay, now let's do this. Okay, now let's do this. Now let's do this and leave this running. Control C that. Paste the command. Paste Node server JS. Enter. Okay, successful. It worked. Now let me pause here. Give me the number 5 if you're with me so far. I hope I see the same as number 1 before. So Adel, Sivir, Azizul, Mustafa, Adebi, Adel, Astu, and other people on the call. Are we getting some 5s here, or I'm lost? Okay, only Adel. I've only seen Adel. Mustafa, okay. Come on, Sylvia. That's 2. Faisal, I don't know what that means, but as 2, no way. What is 5-2? Am I getting something? What's 5? Oh, you guys are getting an error? So error, Ronnie, 5 if you're following, not 1. Is that a 5, Ronnie? Okay, good. Okay, S2 on mine, what is that? S2, what is that? Is that a 5? Okay, no, it's either a 5 or on. What's the 2.5? On mute and please tell me, guys, what do you guys mean by? Is that you put a 5 or you don't put a 5? Someone tell me what's going on. Are you lost? Ayodeji, let's take Ayodeji. What's going on?
I think they mean some of them work, some of them not working. Some steps not working.
Oh, so I will need to watch all over again after the session. Okay, Olu, I can understand that happens. Okay. So some people do have five, and that's Ronnie. That's okay. Let me see. Can I? We don't have much time. I would have paused and try to help some of you guys troubleshoot, but yes, you might have to watch the video again. Let's just move on for now. Okay. So Node Server JS. Okay. Now this is running. Now let's duplicate this tab. Okay. Let's duplicate this tab. Now for the PM2 tool that I'll be teaching you guys today, we don't have to duplicate the tab and then go do something else. Okay. Now the reason why we're doing this is we need to leave this running. If we terminate this and try to do this other command right here, and we try to go through this step right here, okay, the app will not work. So that's why we need two tabs. Okay, if you know about tmux, when you can have multiple tabs, that's pretty much what we're doing here. We're just separating, having a new tab right here. So duplicate this tab to have a new shell running on the same EC2 instance. As to, I don't know if you gave the EC2 instance the permission it needs. Remember, maybe you didn't, you missed checking S3 and SSM. Maybe you choose one that only has S3 allowed. So, and remember, in our case, when we chose a row, we chose S3 and EC2 and SSM and S3, right? But then the EC2 itself had the permissions within that. It had admin permissions to allow every command to run. Okay, guys. Now let's continue with here. I hopefully we can finish at exactly 12 today. Okay, so now I said here, go back to test app folder. Okay, let's do that. So cd this will take us to our root. Paste. Enter. No, not root. Home folder, right? ls to see what's in there. Okay, it is our root. And then sudo su. Okay, don't forget to do that. Sudo su paste. Okay, what else now? ls again. Sorry, here. After sudo su, ls again. Okay, and then cd to test app. Okay, paste cd. Let's cd to our test. You don't have to have this / guys. Just letting you guys know. You don't have to have. You can just say cd test app. We're going to cd into this app folder that we created earlier. Okay, enter. All right, what else do we have? We have ls. Let's just type that, ls, enter. Okay, that's what's in the folder as we know from before. We just did this, and then the next thing is do this. rm-rf, paste, rm-rf, enter. Okay, and then now do ls again to make sure that that packet, the JSON, this packet -lock is gone. Okay, and then we just did ls. Now do npm install. Okay, paste npm install, enter. Make sure you use your S3 bucket, the command file reference instructors S3. You have to change. Okay, Ronnie is giving you a hint there. I still no worries. I know you would get it when you do it later on. Okay, I trust you. If you still don't understand from what Ronnie says, if that doesn't work for you, because I think it might be hard for you to catch up with us, but it's okay. You know, you can. Oh, you found your error. Okay, good. All right, nice. All right. This is still loading for me. Okay, npm install is still loading for me, and just to make sure, the next command is ls again to see that the packet -lock is back, has been recreated for us. Okay, we want to do ls to see that it's back there. This is kind of taking longer than I've seen before. A lot of things are okay. I think that's not bad. Eight vulnerabilities. Again, it says to do this to fix those vulnerabilities. Of course, you want to do that in a live environment, like I said before. But now I'm just gonna skip. Okay. Please don't skip on the job. Okay. Make sure you do this command, but this command might take some time. That's why I'm skipping it to address these vulnerabilities. But again, never ever skip those on the job. All right. So let's do ls, guys. Let's do ls. I'm gonna do ls enter. Okay, our package dash lock is back, newly created for us. If we don't do that, it's not gonna work, guys. To see the app. Okay, now we no. Where am I? We just did this ls. Now npm start. Npm start. Okay. Now npm start. Paste npm start. Enter. Okay. React script. Starting development server. Okay. Okay. I think now it's working. But now, guys, here's the big thing. If I do Control C here or Control C on this other one, it's not gonna work. My app is gonna stop the app from running. But let's test first. Now we have this connection successful, still running. We also have this the React app compiled, and we can see it from the browser. It's also running. Let's go ahead and grab the IP of our EC2 instance. Go back to EC2 dashboard. Instances running. Grab the IP details. Grab the IP. Control C. Grab the IP. Let's open a browser window. Let's open a browser window. Mozilla. I'm gonna use a Mozilla private window. Okay, just to make sure there are no weird caches around anywhere. Okay. All right, now let me paste the IP there, and then let me put what else? 3000, right, guys? All right, there we have it. There we have it. The app is up and running. You guys already know what I'm about to ask. Give me the number 3 if you're here. Number 3. Quickly, guys. It's almost 12 o'clock. We have to move fast. Chat. Can I see? Who's with me? Who's with me? No way. Ronnie. Sylvia. Ronnie, it's not working. Sylvia, it's not working. Who else? Who else gave me a 5 earlier?
It works.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah. All right. Good. So Ronnie, who else? Number 3 in the chat. Give me the number 3 in the chat if it's working for you. At least out of the 19 people on this call, are 3 people with me so far? Like you didn't get any error messages. It's working fine. You can see this. Enter name, enter role name. Only Ronnie? Is it only Ronnie? I just want to make sure. Come on, guys. Unmute and talk to me, please. As two. Are you works? Okay, number 3. Okay, we'll have another number 3. Who else? Apart from these 2 people, who else? Is Aminu on the call? Is Adebi on the call? I need some responses, please. Just want to make sure. I like to carry everyone along. I want to know, where are you getting your error? Adebi, are you okay? Adebi got stuck. Okay. So I'll assume the other people got stuck somewhere. It's okay. You're gonna have the video at the end to follow. All right. Ayodeji has 3. Okay. All right. That's good to know. Okay. Let's log into our MySQL Workbench. Okay. This is from before. Close this. exit. Let's open Mysql Workbench. Before we do the PM2 thing, actually, so we just tested the app right now, right? We just tested the app to open. We opened the browser and we put it on port 3000 and we just tested. And so far it worked for some of us, a few of us, okay? For those that got stuck somewhere, again, you would have the video, just watch again. Hopefully by next week you get it done, and also you add a load balancer, okay? That's a challenge, okay? Challenge yourself that, it didn't work, but I'm gonna do the load balancer and I'm gonna get it right, okay? Now, look at something, guys. Look, on this first page that we have, on this first terminal that we have, let me do Control C and let's test the app again. Control C, okay? As you can see, I'm back at the terminal. Now let's look, is the app still running? If I refresh, it's still running, right? But if I try to write to the, let's do this. As you can see, yeah, unable to connect. And then let me go back. Okay, what if I exit out of this one as well? This npm start that what if I exit out of this? Will this page, what about this front end? This is running the front end, right? Now, what if I do this? Look, now it's taking its sweet time. It's not gonna work. It's taking its sweet time. That page is also gone, right? Just because we came back to our terminal. As you can see, just because we wanted to Control C and come back to our terminal, our app is gone. Our customers will not be able to see this anymore. Okay, that's where the PM2 tool comes in. That's where the PM2 tool comes in. In the meantime, though, I want us to make sure, let's log into our database so we can see at the end if everything is actually working fine. So go and open Mysql Workbench, guys. Go and open Mysql Workbench. Right, the login page will not work. Yeah. So that's why we want them to continue running, even if we exit out of Session Manager or if we exit out of the terminal. Okay, we want it to. So that's what that tool does. The tool is saying, I'll keep both running for you so that your app is working. That's what that PM2 does. Okay. All right. I already created a connection for mine earlier. Well, I have to edit this connection. Actually, I can delete and create a new one. Delete connection. Let me add a new connection. Okay, add the new information from today. Connection name, let's call it node mysql db. Host name, gotta go back and get that. Host name, gotta go back and get that. Where is it? Here, host name. Copy, paste that. That's my host name. Okay, password. Let me cancel that and show you guys again. Password, store in vault, okay? Add password, put your password in there. Okay. All right, test connection. What is going on? Oh, username. Did someone catch that? Yeah, someone did. Someone did. Yep. I don't know if I use uppercase or lowercase. I'm not sure. Let's see. All right, successful. Okay, and then I'm gonna click OK, and then I'm gonna double click to open it. All right, opened. So what I can just do here is, you guys should also already have the command. Just coming here to the tables, selecting all of this. Okay, I can copy all of that. I can paste it here. and I can run everything at once. If I want to run everything, I'll just click this one right here. If I want to run a single line, I think I told you guys this last week. If I want to run a single line, I'm going to use this one right here with the I. If I want to run every command that I paste, I'm going to use this one right here on the left, this icon right here. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so as you can see, everything worked. The table is created. We have a name and a role, just like it is in our front end of our application on that web page that we saw. But now the web page is not working because we exited out of it. And then now here's the main thing for today. Okay, and don't worry, don't trust me, this is fast. I know we have about 4 minutes left. Let's go back to our terminal. Okay, now what we want to do here is look at this. And I wrote this down here for you guys. You will notice that if we Control-C on our server, our app will no longer be running. So we need a tool called PM2 to manage the server and keep it up even if we exit from the server. All right, so it says make sure you're in your source folder, then do the following. All right, so let's go to our source folder then. Okay. Let's go to our source folder. So where's our server? Let's go back to our test first. Let's go back to home. Do this with me, guys. Do this with me because we're on this page right here. Let's do this cd / to go back to our I guess home directory, we can call it. And then do ls. Do ls, and then we want to go to test app. Okay. We want to go back to our test app. cd to our test app. Okay, do ls to see what's in there. Okay, now let's go to our source. Let's go to our source folder, src. Let me just make sure something here for us. I think that we should do the first one first on the just give me a few seconds, guys. Let's make sure here. Okay, so I'm installing it globally, so it doesn't matter where I am. If I'm running the PM2 from anywhere, it should be able to find it from the folder, I believe. And then npm2 start server, npm2 start this as well. The server is in test app though. Server, okay, yeah. I think here I should have said test app for now. This should be test app. I'll fix it, guys. Okay, if you're following, this should be test app. This should be test app. Make sure you're in the test app folder. Okay, I hope you guys are following. All right, all 19 people on this call. Take note of that change. I'm going to, for those watching, don't worry. By the time you watch this video, I've already updated the folder. But let's do this for now and see. So we're back in our test app folder. Okay, back in our test app folder. Now let's do this first command. Don't put the thing in the parentheses. I'm just explaining what it's doing. Okay, so copy that, paste. Copy that and paste, copy that and paste. Running. Okay, all right. Server.js. If I do server.js, let me do ls. Is server.js in my path? Server.js is not here. It's inside of NodeJS, I believe. Let me just make sure. But we're still gonna test and see if it works anyways. Yeah, server.js is in. So let me see. Without going into that folder first, will it work? For some of you that are Linux expert, sorry, the Control-C. I didn't mean to type Control-C here. Okay, just we're in the test folder. Are you guys following me? Let's follow carefully. We're still in the test folder. I'm gonna see if PM2 will still be able to find it and run it. Oh, I mistakenly changed that. Copy, PM2 start, paste. Let's see. Script not found. Yeah. Okay. So I need to add something to this here. PM2 start server.js. Before we do PM2 start server.js, I should say here, go to your make sure in the test app, do that. CD to CD NodeJS. Okay. All right. Let's see this. Again, we're in the test app. Let's do ls again. Now we want to CD to Node.js. Okay. We want to CD to this Node.js folder. Enter. Okay. Now let's do this because server.js is in the Node.js folder. This should work now. Okay. This should work. Paste. Works. Okay. Now, can you guys see this? All right. Can you guys see this? It has it running, and now it brought me back to my terminal. If you remember last time, we only saw connection started, and we couldn't. If you exit out of that, your application will be broken. Okay. Let me make sure I have the Mozilla still open. Okay. Okay. Now this is fine. Of course, we haven't started the front end of this application yet. Okay. So this shouldn't work. It shouldn't work because we haven't started the front end. Remember, we usually have two tabs, and then in the other tab we start the React app itself. Okay, so we don't need this. I can close this other one. Okay, we want to do everything from this one place using PM2. Now the next thing we want to do here, guys, the next thing we want to do here is app.js. But where's app.js? Let's make sure we are in where app.js is first. So where's app.js? Is app.js in source? Yes, app.js is in source. Very good, Koforola. Now let's go to app.js folder so we execute the PM2 from there. Okay. So pardon me, please. I have to update this live right here, so I don't forget at the end, what I need to do, and then I'll upload it back to the Google Drive so you guys have the updated working code. Okay. So cd to node.js, and then we just did this right now. We started server.js, which is like starting the back end of our application. Now on the front end, which we're using React for, before we do this command, again, we want to make sure we're in that folder. So now let's I don't want to get you guys to but if you do this, this should take you to test app. Do you guys understand why I'm doing cd ... Who else who in this class understands why I'm doing cd ...
Yeah, to take you out to the previous.
Exactly. Okay. All right. So let's do cd ... Okay. It will take us back to the folder on top of Node.js. Okay. Which is the test app. Okay. All right. Now as you can see, I'm back in test app. Okay. I'm back in test app. All right. Let's do ls. Okay. Now we want to go to this folder now. src. That's where our front end is. Okay. So let's do cd src. Okay, let's go into that folder. Now we're in src. Let's do ls to see the contents. Okay, now we can see app.js is here. Now let's use let me add that to our code before I update it in the Google Drive. Okay, I'm adding it here so you guys know what to do. cd ... to take us back. Let me also put this, go back to test app folder. Sorry guys, we're almost done. Okay, now this is the next command. Now. Okay, as you can see, our app is not working, and that's because we haven't started the front end of it. Okay, paste, enter. Okay, good. Now as you can see what PM2 is doing, this awesome tool, it's showing us now here we can also easily see what's online, what's not online. Okay, and I've also put some other commands here to help you guys with knowing how to start and stop whichever application you want. So now think about this. We have the one for our backend running, that has our connecting to our database and all that, and then we have the front end that talks to the back end, to get this application running the way we want it. Okay, so both are online. So let's confirm again. It shows they're online here. Think of this as refresh and see. Are these actually online? Did nothing errored out? Okay, we can just use this command here, PM2 list. Okay, PM2 list, paste. Okay, good. Nothing error. If there's an error, it won't show. It won't say online for whichever one. It will say error. Now, as you can see, guys, I don't have to open two terminals again. I can just do everything from one place and manage it all using the PM2 tool. Okay, so now let's test the app. right? We are at a terminal now. We can do any other thing we want. Before, we couldn't do that because once we exit back to a terminal, when we go to our app, it will not work. So now, if PM2 is really saying that they're online, that I'm managing it for you, you can go ahead and do other things. Here's your terminal. Go ahead and do other things. If you really want to stop the apps, come back to me, PM2, and tell me that you want to stop them. Okay? Give me the right command. Give me, PM2, the right command, and I'll kill the apps for you. Okay? But for now, don't worry. I have them running in the background for you. Go ahead and do other things you want to do on your Linux machine or on your server. Okay? So now let's test the app now. Okay? Let me go test the app. Okay, our front end is here, guys. Now let's see. Is our back end also working? Let me use someone's name from this class. It's okay. Let me just use. Let me use my son's name. Okay, form received. Form received. Any of the two people following me so far, did you get this form received? Ronnie. Who else? Kufurola. Yes. Thank God. One person. Ronnie, what about you? Oh, Astu, yes? Astu, unmute. Unmute and talk to me. Astu, talk to me real quick.
Yes, I got it.
You caught up with us even with the error you had earlier. You caught up with us.
Yes.
Awesome. Ronnie also, yes.
Thank you.
Great. Great, guys. All right, now let's go and look at our database. Is my son's name that I put in there? Is it in there? So let's do this command only. Select all. Okay. Select all from student. Select all from student. Let me run that. Just that single line. Buckets. Nah, let me stop. All right, you guys can. That's all for today. That's all for today. Great job, guys. I know hosting a Node.js application is not as easy as when we did PHP MySQL, right? This one, there's a lot more going on. That's why maybe I'll find another app and then we'll do it again so that we repeat more. Let's try another Node.js application with MySQL app and also see how we host that. It might be a little different from this, but I'll think about it. But first, let's get past the load balancer stage because trust me, guys, this is gonna take you guys some time with like Googling and struggling to figure it out. Okay, on my end, I'll be doing my own research as well to find out the answer. Okay, what I want you guys to do, again, as a take-home project, go and duplicate this server, make it 2, then put them behind the load balancer. Haha. Okay, all right, do that. Yeah, who's that?
Hey, it's Adewale Talabi.
Adewale, yeah, what's going on?
Yeah. This is my first time of joining
nice.
This Zoom call.
Welcome.
So I just want to know, am I going to get caught up if I go watch the videos you have on YouTube? Am I going to get caught up?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I always recommend everyone. If you're just joining, please just the 13 weeks from before, just find time, catch up with us, and you should be good. Okay, you should be good. And also my template resume, if you're not familiar, please look at the links in the description of the videos. You have a link to every other thing. What I always tell people that are getting started in IT and all that is use my article. Forget every other thing that everyone else is telling you. Okay, if you really want to do this, focus on one thing. Okay, take the article, take it as a roadmap, use my template resume. In my template resume, if you do all of this hands-on, I have listed the way you should put them on the resume. So everything is listed on my template resume. As long as you do everything in the hands-on, you can put it inside your own resume.
Where am I going
that
to
you have.
get that? Where am I going to find the template you're talking about?
Everything is in the AWS article, and the AWS the link to the AWS article is in my. Please join the Telegram channel. It's very important.
Yeah.
Okay.
I joined
Okay.
the Telegram.
Very good.
Sometimes back.
Very good. So it's in the everything is in the AWS article. The Telegram channel, the hands-on labs, the resume. Just read the article and just say to yourself, 5 to 6 months from now, or even less than that, my resume is gonna look like this. And that's because I've gone through all of the resources that I have in my article. Okay.
So
Um,
I'm sorry to hold you back again.
no worries.
I've been working with others, and I've been in other Zoom calls, and I've been doing this for like a year now, and like trying to like do stuff on my own. I am kind of at crossroads. I don't know what path I'm supposed to go. Is it security? Is it big data? Or is it DevOps? So I'm kind of like confused.
Confused. I
I
know.
don't know
Yeah, I know
which way.
sometimes it can be confusing. Um,
Mm,
what I would recommend is the security part. Okay, because the security is just gonna keep growing and growing and growing. Although I'm
Then
gonna say the security part, I do want you to learn a little bit of DevOps. Okay, so that little bit of DevOps, as long as you continue to join these 1 hour sessions,
okay,
don't worry, we're gonna touch those sometime in the coming weeks.
okay,
Okay, we're gonna touch it.
okay,
But for me, what I recommend, if someone just said I don't really know, I said security. Okay, so let's say you
okay,
pass your solutions architect associate,
mhm,
then if you're someone who really doesn't know, should I do databases, should I do do a security specialty.
okay,
Okay, now as a general, I don't want other people to get confused. Okay, but here's the thing, if let me step back a little bit. um for for the job market,
mhm,
okay, after, for example, you followed my article, you've gotten your solutions architect associate. For the
mhm,
job market, I personally would recommend DevOps. Okay,
okay.
in terms
Why
of
do you say?
certification. Okay, DevOps engineer professional. Okay, um, now, uh, beyond that, beyond that, um, then I'll say security. Okay, then I'll say security. For now, I just want to stick to what I have on my template resume, and that is doing DevOps, because DevOps, if you go the DevOps route, it'll open you to more, opportunities. It'll open you to more opportunities. Uh, uh, in the sense that you'd be able to you become familiar with a lot of tools. Okay, there are tools
Okay,
that are keywords in resumes. Okay, but at the end of the day, um, security should also be something you're thinking about as well, of pursuing. Okay,
okay,
so guys, let me just, to not over confuse everyone, go exactly as I have in my resume. Okay,
mhm,
once you do solutions architect associate, continue to follow this lab, because what I'm gonna follow with this lab is DevOps, and then hopefully I'll do some security things as well
mhm,
in the future. So solutions architect associate, DevOps, and security. So in terms of certifications, solutions architect associate, DevOps engineer professional, security specialty. Okay.
okay. All
Yeah.
right, all righty. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But once you're done with my article, once you get your
Mhm,
solutions architect associate, start applying for
mhm.
jobs ASAP. As long as you
Oh,
have that solutions architect associate, you don't even have to have it. Let's say you've gone through the course. Some people, but the best thing is
I
to get the
I
certification.
yeah, I have my CCP. I have CCP, but I'm working towards getting my SAA and now.
Very good, very good, very good. Do
Mm,
that. Yes, some people you can put getting ready to take the exam on your resume. You know how people put that resume, like
mhm,
in
mhm,
process. No, I'll say be patient. If you really want those interview calls, and let them see that you're certified. Okay. With the
mhm.
solutions architect associate, and everything you need is in that article to help you in that regard. I don't know if you guys saw the post of Dari. It's a kid in Nigeria. I don't want to say kid. Forgive me, please. I think maybe his picture made me say that, but I don't know what level he is in his career. But Dari is in Nigeria. He has been following. He doesn't join us live. I don't know if you guys saw the post. Did anyone here see the post I shared on LinkedIn about
Yes,
Dari?
yes, and I know him too. Yeah.
No way. You know him? How do you know him?
Sure, sure. We're on the same platform for another
Well,
group. Yeah.
so Dari has been following these sessions outside of this live class. So he watches and then he passed in the same week. He passed the CCP and he passed the Solutions Architect Associate. So guys, um, please share this good news with me so I can also
it,
share with the brother lightning community. It's working. This
the
hands-on
other
lab,
guy
as long as you
that
do them. Yes, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. The guy that just spoke now said he knows that.
Yeah.
Is it Cloudicians?
Yes, and I know you too.
Ah,
Yeah, it's on the Cloudician. Yes.
what is Cloudician, guys? Oh,
Who is this?
My name is Ayo. You may not know me because I haven't.
Ayo. Oh, really?
Amani, don't tell me Amani's on Cloudician as well. Amani, yes, I saw you give him a like.
We are all everywhere.
What is Cloudician? What is Cloudician?
That's Mr. Lucky.
It's a group of
That's Mr. Lucky.
a
Mr.
free
Lucky.
cloud.
Okay, I'll look. Is it online? Is it like a group or okay?
Yeah, it's similar to yours, but yours is more hands-on.
Okay,
That
okay,
one is more hands-on also, but brother, yeah.
okay. All right, that's good,
Yeah.
guys. Sorry, I know I'm recording this now, but I want to let me end the recording, and then I'll stay for like 5 minutes, and you guys can ask me questions. For those watching the video, sorry guys, I know we diverted a little bit. Please make sure to terminate all of your ET2 instances, your RDS, and all that. Don't forget the project. Don't forget the project. Go and find out how to put this behind the load balancer. I myself, I'll try to figure it out, and then we'll solve it together. Hopefully next class, okay? If I don't postpone for some reason, hopefully I hate postponing, guys. Trust me, I really don't like postponing. But for sometimes, I may still be working on something and I need to postpone, or some other things come up. I hope you guys understand. But let's meet again. Plan to meet again next week, and hopefully we'll do something about load balancing to Node.js server applications. Okay. With that said, I'm gonna stop the recording for the video. Don't forget, please terminate everything: your EC2 instance, your RDS, and then I'll give 5 minutes for those on the call, on the live call, to ask questions. I just don't want the recording to go too long, so I'm gonna stop the recording right now. All right. Let me stop the recording. Pause recording. Select